Good evening, parents. Welcome to the Thomas Edison Career Technical Education High School ninth grade report card processing event. My name is Mr. Omukwe. I'm one of the guidance counselors, and I'm here with Mr. Wang, who I'll let him introduce himself as well.
All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Mr. Wang. I'm also one of the ninth grade counselors. Really excited to start this new year with everyone, and we'll just keep going. So I'm very sorry, that's on me. But, some people have asked us, what do guidance counselors do? So obviously we've introduced ourselves, so you know what we look like. Now you know what we sound like. But the role of a guidance counselor is, obviously it's written over here to serve as an advocate and resource to our students. There's a variety of things that includes counseling, consulting, collaborating, reviewing schedules, transcripts, college planning for selection, and a career exploration. So it's a variety of things, and I often break it down in terms of, 3 different categories: social, emotional, as well as academic. And as you can see below, a lot of the social areas, including maturity, levels of maturity and socialization, behavior modifications, those are all aspects of the job that we have here, and that's how we support the students here at the school.
So our agenda for tonight, we want to talk about the graduation requirements, specifically the courses that students take here at Thomas Edison, and also Regents, which I know is a hot topic. We're also going to discuss the report card, high school transcript, college preparation, and supporting the high school transition.
Right. So the first thing that we want to talk about are the requirements for graduation. It will be, hopefully this won't be too dry, but this is a very comprehensive foundation for you guys to understand what we need, what will happen, and what will occur for the next 4 years while your students will be here.
So first things first, we want to talk about the semester breakdowns. So term 1, also referred to as the fall semester, is from September to January, and students are able to receive 1 credit per course. Then term 2, also known as the spring semester, is from February to June, and again, students are able to receive 1 credit per course. The term grades appear on the transcript, which is something that we will talk about later in this presentation. Also to note, there are some exceptions to the 1 credit as far as career and technical education programs, and also GYM, which we'll talk about a little later.
Perfect. So I'll just start off with very basically for English. For English, we need 8 credits in order to meet the New York City Department of Education graduation requirement. And like we were mentioning before, each term you get 1 credit, which means that in 1 year you will get 2 credits. So therefore, 1 year of English is equivalent to 2 credits. So the students need 8 credits to graduate, which means that it will be a total of 4 years of English in order to meet New York City DOE graduation requirements.
Similarly to English, history, also known as social studies, there's 8 credits that are needed to meet New York City Department of Education graduation requirements. Here's the breakdown for social studies here at Thomas Edison High School. So 9th and 10th grade students take global history, which equates to 4 credits. So again, that's 1 credit per term. So it's going to be 2 years of global history, 9th and 10th grade. In 11th grade, students take American history, also known as US history, which is 2 credits. Again, that's 1 credit per semester, fall and spring. In 12th grade, students take economics, which is 1 credit. Normally they take it in their fall or spring term, so it can vary. And in 12th grade, again, they take participation in government, which is 1 credit. Again, this can vary between the fall semester and spring semester. So 8 credits in total, again, that are needed for the New York City Department of Education graduation requirements when it comes to social studies.
So in the area of math, we do need 6 credits in order to meet New York City Department of Education graduation requirements. But we really here at Thomas Edison really recommend 8 credits for college and career readiness. you all may not, this might be the first time you guys are meeting me, but as someone who is new to Thomas Edison, before I have worked in a college setting, reading college applications. So as a college admissions counselor, those 8 credits are something that we would rather see over the 6 credits. So we really recommend 8 credits for college and career readiness for students moving onwards after graduating from the school. On top of that, students need to pass the Common Core algebra plus an additional 2 years of mathematics. And as you can see here below, some of the Regents exams that we have for students to take are algebra, geometry, and algebra 2/trigonometry, and most of those tests, not all of them, most of them are administered in June after the completion of the course. Sometimes students, depending on when they finish the course, may take the Regents in January or the summer, but New York State is actually in charge of the administering of those exams. But I would say typically most of those tests are administered in June.
So similar to math, science is 6 credits that are needed in this subject area to meet the New York City Department of Education graduation requirements. Again, here at Thomas Edison, we recommend that students take 8 credits, which is 4 years of math and science. Typically, students start off, as far as our sequence, they start off with living environment their freshman year, which is 2 credits. That means 1 credit per term, fall and spring. And in their sophomore and junior year and senior year, they're able to take any physical science, any life science for a maximum of 2 credits per year. Also, additionally, what to note is that there's 2 years of lab science are mandatory. It must be completed to qualify for the Regents exams at graduation. Again, in order for a student to sit for the Regents exam, they must pass the course, the science course, and also the lab course. Similarly, as Mr. Wang said in our previous slide, students normally take their Regents after the completion of the course, which is in June, but students may also, depending on when they complete the course, may also take the Regents exam in the summer, term 7, and also in the spring, in January, excuse me.
Also, we want to talk about foreign language. Here, specifically at Thomas Edison, well, not specifically Thomas Edison, to meet New York City Department of Education graduation requirements, students need to take 1 year of a foreign language. Most, if not all of the students here have already either taken it or your students are currently taking a foreign language. So after this year, once they pass the year, which is 2 credits of a foreign language, they won't need to take an additional foreign language course.
For art and music, students must complete 1 year, which is 2 credits, again in the fall and 1 in the spring, are needed in order to subject area to meet the New York City Department graduation requirements. So if you look at your child's program currently right now, if they're programmed for art, that means in the spring term, they will be taking music, or vice versa. If your child is currently registered for music, in the spring, they'll be taking art. So our goal is to make sure that by the end of our students' first year of high school, that they have completed the art and music sequence. Again, they only need 2 credits, which will complete both in one in the fall and 1 in the spring.
As far as health and physical education goes, students are required to take 3.5 years of physical education in order to graduate. And on top of that, students will need 1 credit in health education, which is necessary. It does look like it doesn't match up because 3.5 years and 1 credit, but remember 1 credit is half a year. So that will total up to 4 years of physical education and health. So I'm going to repeat that again. 3.5 years of physical education is needed. And then additionally, they'll take a half year of health, which will equal to 1 extra credit, which in total will be 4 years of physical education, including a half year of health.
So CTE, known as Career and Technical Education, here's our sequence and electives at Thomas Edison. So CTE courses begin in 10th grade. Some things to know about our CTE courses is that it provides early college and career preparation, also provides hands-on training, and is nationally recognized certifications. Total 14 credits are required in order to meet the New York State CTE graduation requirements.
So a lot of you are aware of what programs your child is already in, but this is a full list of what we do offer. They're under the bold. That is probably what you applied for, but then underneath those are their specific shops. So for example, well, medical assisting is its own thing, and students who are in the program would know that they're in the program. Under mechanical engineering, we have a variety of different shop classes. So if your child doesn't know what shop class that they're in, they can definitely come see one of us, and we can let them know right away what they are. At the end, if you want to, you can also ask us any questions. I will be offering a Google form for that. So if you want to know the shop class, you don't know what the shop class is, fill out the Google form that we have provided for you guys so that we can additionally answer that after our webinar. But just to go over, as far as the different programs that we offer under medical, we have medical assisting, mechanical engineering. You can all see that, information technology, also known as IT, visual arts down below.
So all of the 9th grade students have been programmed for the Advanced Regents Diploma track. So students must take and pass 9 required Regents examinations. So again, I want to stress this. All of our students have been placed on the Advanced Regents Diploma track, right, from 9th grade. So the course and sequencing that myself and Mr. Wing have programmed them for is towards the Advanced Regents Diploma, and students must take and pass 9 required Regents examinations.
And so the next, natural question is, what are these exams? So the first one is English, second is global history, the next is US history and government, algebra, geometry, algebra 2/trigonometry, life science, which is living environment, another additional physical science course that can be either earth science, chemistry, or physics. And also, we also include the CTE program. It's not necessarily a Regents, but that's a certificate program that your child needs to graduate with. I do want to stress that life science is one of the science exams that needs to be passed, and most students are probably taking living environment at this time. So please stress to your child that this is an important test. The next couple science courses such as earth science, chemistry, or physics, those classes are taken in addition, but as long as they pass, they should at least pass one of those physical science Regents exams.
So here's just a copy of a report card. So some things I want to stress as you look at this report card is that students receive report cards 3 times in one term. So we have 3 marking periods, right? So marking period 1, marking period 2, 4 times, it should be 4 times. Marking period 1, marking period 2, marking period 3, marking period 4. So as you can see here, this has a marking period 3 grades. Some things that you want to make sure that you look at when you look at your child's report card is obviously you want to make sure that the biographical information is correct. You want to take a look at the attendance as well, right? The latenesses and absences, and verifying that that is accurate, right? We want to make sure that that is accurate because students' grades can be affected by their attendance. Additionally, you're going to see each of the courses that they're currently enrolled in, the teacher, and the mark that they received from each marking period. So the marking period 4 grades are a combination of marking period 1, marking period 2, marking period 3. Their final exam will equal the marking period 4.
So I want to talk to you all about the high school transcript. What is a high school transcript? It says over here, the transcript is a record of all the high school level coursework and Regents examinations your child has taken. The reason why we need your child needs the in the end, those transcripts will be reviewed by colleges and future employers. And like I've said before, working in a college, I've read literally a billion transcripts. I'm kidding, not literally a billion, but I have read my fair share. Students are sending those transcripts off to different colleges being reviewed. And so it is important to kind of get the lay of the land with your students with the transcript. Transcripts are all updated, as you can see here, after term 1, term 2, and term 7. I know it seems like a weird sequence, but bear with me. This is just how the things are. But term 1 ends in January, so you'll receive a full transcript, and we'll go over that after this. And then afterwards, after term 2 in June, you'll receive another transcript with all the coursework taken in term 2, so on and so forth until you graduate from high school.
So again, here's a sample transcript. So the first thing you want to look at is at the top is the biographical information. So some things you're going to see in the biographical information are your child's name, the address, the grade level, the official class, their birthday, their admission into Thomas Edison that date, as well as the graduation date. Obviously, we have freshmen, so there's not going to be a graduation date until they complete their 4 years. Additionally, you're going to see the subject area. So that's number 2 highlighted. So for each section, you're going to see the transcript divided by each course. So you're looking at the subject area, and then you're going to see each course that they're taking as far as the term and the year. Additionally, the course title. So for instance, in English, it would be 9th grade English, 10th grade English, or let's say in science, you'll see chemistry, earth science. Then you're also going to see the subject area credits. So students are able to receive a certain amount of credits per course. So as you can see, each course here is 1 credit, and you can see if a student passed that course, they receive the 1 full credit. Additionally, at the bottom, for number 8, you're going to see the exam summary. So for every Regents or CTE certification that a child has taken, their grade will be in this section, the exam summary. And overall, at the bottom of the transcript, you will see all of the credits that the student has attempted or earned, as well as their grade point average, also known as the GPA.
So moving forward, this is an example of a full transcript, meaning that it has the student has completed a lot of coursework already. I want to remind you all again that you won't see marking period grades on the transcript. You'll see final grades. Sometimes transcripts, it depends on if your child is at a different school or not, but sometimes transcripts are cumulative, meaning that they show grades from 9th that are broken down based on grade, such as these are your 9th grade grades, these are your 10th grade grades, 11th grade grades, 12th grade grades. In this scenario, the grades are broken down by subject. So you can see based on year what classes are being taken, and then the actual mark is the final grade that they've received for that term, whether that be in January, whether that be in June, or if that is the end of summer. Additionally, at the bottom right-hand corner, you can see an exam summary. This is a historical data of the final Regents grades that the student has taken. So when colleges or employers look at it, they can see 1, the grades that the students have received in the class, and then 2, at the bottom, the Regents exam scores that the students have obtained after taking those exams. And then finally, at the very bottom, I know this is a squished picture, but the very bottom right-hand corner of the page, it says cumulative average. And that cumulative average is the total average of all of the classes taken over the past some odd years of that this specific transcript was tracking. And then additionally, to the right of that cumulative average are those cumulative credits that have been averaged. So those are just trying to help you keep track of how many credits that the students have obtained so that they are on track for graduation, as well as on the right-hand side with cumulative average, the grades that they have been getting in addition to the credits they're receiving.
One thing I like to add with the transcripts is that you also will see high school level courses. So that may mean that if your child was able to take 8th grade high school level courses or college level courses, it will appear on the transcript. All right. So again, all high school level courses that may be from middle school or from college, If a student is enrolled in College Now courses, which those are opportunities that are offered here at Thomas Edison High School, will appear on the student's transcript. So in regards to college preparation, here are some suggestions that Mr. Wing and I came up with to ensure that your child is preparing themselves for college and career. So number one, we want you to meet with the counselor to review the courses you've taken and determine what you still need to take, right? This can be an ongoing process. Mr. Wing and I have attempted to meet with every student individually, and we've done group classroom lessons. We've also done small groups as well, and we'll be meeting again in the spring for one-on-one. But students know that they can come to meet with us during their lunch period, or you can set up a one-on-one meeting with us at any time. Maintain grades to the goal you have set. Every student works differently. Everyone has different goals, but we want to make sure that everyone is striving for the best and doing their best. So maintaining those grades based on the goals that you set. Attain the schedules for the SAT and ACT and determine which exams you will be taking. Complete the registration forms and mark the dates on your calendar. See the college counselor for information. Ms. Davis is our college counselor. She's in room 114B. Again, you can set up a time to meet with her one-on-one. She does a lot of group sessions as well as sends out pertinent information via Pupil Path to you and your child. Develop your leadership skills and stay involved. Colleges look for consistency and depth in activities. So here at Thomas Edison, we have a plethora of sports and clubs and also student-led organizations for leadership. Definitely want to make sure that our students are taking advantage of these opportunities. Attend college fairs, financial aid nights, and college planning workshops. Again, working with our college counselor, Ms. David, in room 114B. She sends out a plethora of different events that are coming up. And these events are not only just for upperclassmen as far as seniors and juniors, but freshmen are welcome to attend as well. Sign up to participate in college visits at Edison. Again, you can find this out from our college counselor, Ms. David. Establish an email account specifically for your college search. We recommend that you use your Thomas Edison Gmail accounts. These accounts are going to stay with you even after you graduate. So students have all access to their Google Drive, Google Docs, Google Sheets, and their Google email even after they graduate. Review the class of 2025 Google Classroom regularly. Again, all updates or special events, college fairs, different activities are going to be posted on the Google Classroom. And last but not least, use Naviance as a tool to assist in the college process. I can say with confidence that Ms. David is going to be doing some classroom push-ins where she's going to talk about Naviance as a tool in regards to college and career readiness. So again, this is something that you can easily access now and begin this process now. You don't have to wait to the junior year, senior year to start this process.
So additionally, I want to point out a few different websites for you guys to have a finger on the pulse here at Thomas Edison. So obviously the first one is our Thomas Edison website. Many of you guys are all familiar with the website that we have, but in it, we might have different updates or different news and things that are going on in school. So I would say check that if you can. Below is the College Board website, obviously for college planning. Please keep that in mind. Naviance will be additionally important. Ms. David will be able to provide additional resources to Naviance, but in it, that is an important site to use when we are talking about the college process. Below, you may all be familiar, and if you are not familiar, please let Mr. Amokwe and I know about it, but Pupil Path is very important just to be able to monitor the progress of your child. So to make sure that they're doing all the right things that they need to do, that they are on top of a score and you can also check on their exams grades. It's easy to navigate. And so please let us know if you're having any issues so that we can help, one, register you, but two, also help you use Pupil Path as a tool to improve the grades of your students or improve the desired outcome post high school with your students. And then lastly, just the regular New York City Department of Education website. There might be updates in general for the entire Department of Education, and that will be on the last link, www.schools.nyc.gov. So if you want, you can take a screenshot, you can use your phone and put it up to the camera, whatever is easiest for you to record this information, but keep it on hand, as these are all useful links to navigate for the next 4 years or while you're here at Thomas Edison.
Give some suggestions in regards to transitional supports from middle school to high school. We know this can be a challenging time for students, but we here at Thomas Edison embrace this challenge because students learn to grow and become better students and better individuals through this experience. So some of the suggestions that we have is to maintain excellent attendance. Again, being in the school every day is something that we definitely encourage. We know that a lot of times students, in order to learn the work or grasp the work or to understand it, they must be in class to get that additional assistance from the teachers. Arrive at school on time. So you can check your child's program. If they start first or second period, first period is 8 o'clock or 8:50 second period. We want them to make sure that they're arriving at least 10 to 15 minutes before that start time to make sure that they get into school. Sometimes they may be scanning. So making sure that they get into school on time and not late to classes. If you're on time, you're late. If you're early, you're on time. Eat a healthy breakfast. Breakfast is offered here at Thomas Edison. So again, that's another incentive for students to come early. They can get a good breakfast here at Thomas Edison. Stay focused. We know that there's different distractions, whether it be social media, games, video games. Staying focused is super important. Form good study habits. This is something that Mr. Wang and I will be pushing into classrooms to discuss. Also, we can meet with your child individually if they want to get some different strategies in regards to studying habits. Prioritize your time. Again, another lesson that myself and Mr. Wang will be talking about. We've given students sample student schedules after school that they can utilize to organize themselves better. Attend tutoring. We've launched a 4-week pilot program on Wednesdays for tutoring. So that's something that students have access to. Additionally, we have tutoring that's offered on Saturdays from 9 to 12 for each of the core subjects, math, science, history, and English. Additionally, the National Honor Society here at Thomas Edison offers one-on-one tutoring, so offered by our upperclassmen, so 11th and 12th graders. So if that is something that you're interested in making sure that your child receives, you can speak to myself or Mr. Wing, and we can make the connection between the upperclassmen and your child so that they can receive one-on-one tutoring during their lunch period. Join a club or a team. I coach girls basketball here at Thomas Edison. There's a plethora of different clubs and teams that students can join and be a part of. So again, you can see us or go on our website at taehs.org to see different offerings that we have.
Additionally, we want you to talk, be involved with your students' life, talk to your child about school, ask about their day. I know sometimes it can be like pulling teeth, but it is definitely useful for them as far as developing people to kind of just go review their day as well as provide any insight on what their day kind of looks like, including not only academically, but also socially. I would also ask to see homeworks, tests, and report cards, just so that students have someone to be accountable for. If there's no accountability, sometimes students are not accountable to themselves. And, I think sometimes there needs to be an adult in the situation, which is why we really encourage parents to review homeworks, tests, and report cards. Additionally, please check the class of 2025 Google Classroom with the student. There will continually be updates over there, so students may miss that. So having another set of eyes on that Google Classroom could really help with the student, especially with deadlines. We don't want to miss any deadlines or miss any new opportunities. So please review that with your students. And then also, I would really encourage parents, come to parent-teacher conferences and PTA meetings, not only to meet us as their counselors, but their teachers, as well as other parents at the school, just to be able to form a strong community here at Thomas Edison that will be able to help support your child out there at our school.
To utilize PupilPath and Edison school website at taehs.org. This is going to provide various updates from either from the teachers or from Mr. Ojeda, our principal. So to stay abreast with all the updates and upcoming schedules, announcements, this is the best way, PupilPath and our school website. Last but not least, you can contact teachers or the guidance counselor, myself and Mr. Wang, with any questions or concerns. Feel free to email us, or you can contact us directly on PupilPath as well.
So for us as ninth grade counselors, Mr. Mocha and I, we have some suggested goals for ninth grade. So number one, improve study habits. I know that's very general. So definitely we can provide more specific skills in terms of study habits. I know over the last year during the pandemic um, that cannot be easy at times, being at home and then now being in a school environment, which kind of leads me to the next step, which is to manage time. Before it was easy to log on and log off, not keep your camera on, keep your camera off, uh, whatever happened or whatever happened in middle school. But it's a little different now as students are learning to manage their time. They need to manage their commute. They need to manage their commute. They need to manage they need to manage their commute. They need to manage coursework. They need to manage after school activities. They need to manage the school schedule. So that definitely for us is something that is really paramount to their success, as afterwards when they move on to college. They need to also be able to manage their time. So high school has given a one step up in a level of independence, and then afterwards hopefully they'll be able to manage their time more successfully as they continue to manage their own independence. And then lastly, something that we really encourage is for students to be involved. Being involved in a club or a team or any sort of extracurricular activity helps ground students and helps create structures in their life. So you can definitely check our website. So at taehs.org, it does show that a whole list of clubs and teams that we do have on offer. I would really suggest working with your student and reviewing what kind of things that they might be interested in, and then encouraging them to attend. And if it's not in school, perhaps you can talk to them about something outside of school, whether that be an outside team or a religious group or a more structured environment. But for us, that's something that we really encourage for your students to be a part of.
Of this event, we will definitely be sending out a Google form that will allow you to ask any additional questions that you may have. But for now, we want to make sure that we provide a space for you to know our contact information. So you will need to contact us about any emergencies or any pertinent concerns or questions. Here's Mr. Wang's information. He's located in room 138F. His extension is 1386, and his number is 646-535-6816. His email is vwang4@schools.nyc.gov. Myself, Mr. Mokwe, I'm located in room 138C. My extension is 1383, and my number is 646-481-8339. And you can email me at oomeokwe@schools.nyc.gov. Our hours are from 8 to 3:30. So you can contact us between those times. If you contact us after those times and we're not able to get to you, we will get back to you as soon as possible.
So one thing I would want to also add is that if you have any questions but you're not comfortable with English, feel free to reach out in the language of choice and we'll find someone to assist in the situation. We have people in the office that will help. So feel free, if you want to write to us or you want to give us a call, feel free to use that as a resource. But we really appreciate all the time you've taken this evening or whatever time you're watching this to watch us. Feel free to contact us. Now you know what we look like. So if you do show up to school, now you know where to find us. So feel free to keep in touch. We will be your students' guidance counselors for the next 4 years. And we hope that the next 4 years, we will be able to create a track for success for them. So we really appreciate that you've shown out. And we are hoping to continue to work with them and for the next couple of years.
Gentlemen, have a good night. Thank you for coming.